Hi, and welcome to Straight Questions with my friend Beth McGaffigan with us. Beth is a realtor. Beth, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm living the dream. So Beth, I asked you to come on the show today because I want you to get out your crystal ball. I have to admit, all kidding aside, Beth, I'm super confused by this market. I read one article that says, hey, house prices are going to come down because I flip the page, read the next article. Hey, limited inventory, prices aren't coming down. What's someone to do, Beth? I'm so confused. I don't know what I should do. What's the advice?
It's absolutely a day by day, sometimes more than once a day, changing environment. So I am asked this on a regular basis. So in order to provide a good, clear answer to a client, I am looking at MLS. I am reading or going on blogs for trusted economists. It is a changing condition. So someone comes to me right now and says, I want to sell my house. We're going to look at comps from the past 30 days, and certainly within those 30 days. 30 days is a good block of time I can analyze, because you could have the $300,000 house, you could have the $2 million house that skew averages. I look at obviously what the house sold for, what it started out at, how many days to the offer, many things. Did they have a price reduction? And it's very hard to zero in what the perfect list price is when averages and conditions change so often. So I'm looking at facts, and as relevant as they can be, to the time frame.
Beth, to me, the challenge is, house prices have gone up considerably in the recent past. And now if we do see a correction, all I'm doing going, Beth, 6 months ago, the guy across the street from me who has the exact same house I have sold for X. And you're telling me I'm going to get something less than X? And Beth, my house is blue. His is green. My house is better because it's blue. Just that type of mentality. How do you manage people's expectations? Because that to me is only natural to say, Beth, come on.
Of course.
8 months ago, the guy across the street got 20,000 more than that.
Sure. And that is happening often. And by the way, everybody thinks their house is worth more. So in a normal market, I just go on a regular listing appointment to discuss the value of the house. When I present information to someone, obviously I present them with what I think their house is going to sell for based on a comp. I think it's only human nature, no matter what the market is, to wonder, why can't it sell for more? So I will show someone, well, this house with, central air, when yours does not, yours with a garage, sold for 50, 60, whatever grand over. That's the reason. So now it's a bit harder because it was so recent that you could have sold your house for a lot more money. So you present the facts, you can't argue with facts, you show recent comps, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. And in some cases, Kevin, these are people that us realtors have spoken with in January. And maybe they had a valid reason they weren't ready. Maybe they just procrastinated, and that's a hard pill to swallow for someone. So I just present them with facts, and sometimes you just got to admit, it is what it is.
Yep, that's my second favorite saying. But now, yes. How about for buyers? Because all of a sudden we've seen rates go up, considerably in the last couple of weeks, months, and all of a sudden, like, hey, I was looking at this $500,000 house, but now with rates going up, I might not be able to afford that. What advice do you have for people that just got kind of caught up in this?
Well, obviously, part of that situation is having a very close relationship with your loan officer, because you want to make sure you're not getting priced out. When you're shopping, I literally just had this conversation with a buyer about 15 minutes ago. If I go $50,000 higher, where am I going to go? So there comes that wonderful crystal ball. Well, we don't know. Stay in close contact with them. So they are part of the equation. For me, when I'm telling them, we don't know when that next interest rate is going to come. So some of the leverage that I see for a buyer is we are seeing price reductions. Sellers, and of course, this is a general statement, sellers are getting nervous because it's not selling in 5 days. It's not selling in 10 days. right now, with all my analysis as of today, I'd say, give or take with some towns, it's about 2 to 3 weeks that you're getting an offer. And so sellers are getting nervous. Well, that's great for the buyer. You know what? You don't have the frenzy of, oh my God, it came in the market, I need to write the offer tomorrow on the back of a napkin and let's get it in, kind of thing, you know? So there is some leverage for buyers despite those interest rates. Home inspections are about maybe 50% of the time. It's not a given that you're going to waive the home inspections. And the way that I know that is I'm in close contact with home inspectors and I can see they're busy.
Good.
So there are some good things for buyers out there, and that's what I'm feeding to them.
Now, Beth, I don't have experience in real estate, but when you say 2 or 3 weeks, I chuckled because that doesn't seem like very long. You know, we got with that.
Yeah.
I put it on Sunday and then we had the offer by 5 o'clock. 2 or 3 weeks doesn't seem like anything to me. Am I just naive?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I started selling real estate in 2006 and boom, the recession hit in 2008. I remember when it took 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but feed into that, your neighbor's house across the street sold for a lot more money. And, you know, and maybe he was the kind of guy that brags and is rubbed it in your face. Oh, really? It's taken 15 days for your house to sell. Geez. It's too bad. So, you know, you get a little personal feelings in there. It's hard. It's hard. The bottom line is it's hard to have your house sell for less. It just is.
I mean, it
No
just
matter who you
does, like you said, no matter what, my house is better than his, you know, but he ended up with more money. So I see why people get stressed about that. What's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more, Beth, if they have questions about today's market or want to buy or sell real estate?
well, always my cell phone. I leave and breathe with it. 617-543-6663. My email, beth.mcgaffigan@comcast.net.
Beth, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Kevin. You take care.
Thank you.